Welcome to NWJ. This is video number 5 in the beginner series. This class we're going to go ahead and finish the warrior sequence that we started the previous class. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get ready to let go and let's flow. Alright, so the two new poses that I'm going to be introducing you to in this sequence are twisting chair and gorilla pose. So first I'm going to go ahead and have us start off with the lovely twisted chair. So the foundation is essentially the same as chair pose. You sink your hips back. I'll do it from a side view so you can see. You sink your hips back, arms up, draw your thighs together, weight is in the heels, reaching through your fingertips. Exhale, come into prayer hands at heart center. From here, you drop your hips a little bit more. Then you place your right elbow on the outside of your left thigh and you twist. You make sure that one knee isn't poking out past the other. Both of your knees should be the same, out at the same distance. So if you notice one knee is pushing out more than the other, swing your hips over to the left. You're really just twisting here. Gonna go ahead and come back to center. So that was twisted chair. It's important to remember to not have your knees go over your toes. And once again, if you're twisting over to the left and you notice that one of your legs are sticking out, so your right leg is sticking out past your left, then swing your hips over to the left. And it will help keep both of your knees at the same level here. And vice versa, if you're doing twisting chair on the right and you notice your left leg is poking out here, go ahead and swing your hips over to the left, and that will help keep your knees on the same level. So the next posture we're going to go over is gorilla. So for gorilla pose, you want to go ahead and have I'm going to demonstrate, have your hands come underneath your feet and then have your toes draw towards your wrist. If you need to, you can go ahead and bend your knees as much as you need to. And in this pose, as you inhale, you would look down and forward, extending your chest through your arms, and then exhale, collapsing your chest to your thighs. Remembering to bend your knees if you need to, or in this pose you can straighten your legs. You would just do whatever works best for you and your body or hamstrings. Alright, so those are the two new poses that are going to be added on to our practice today. And that's going to finish up the warrior sequence. So let's go ahead and begin. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start in mountain pose. Inhale, raise your arms to the sky. Exhale, have your palms touch, lowering slowly in front of your chest. Go ahead and come into forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bring your palms onto your mat. Step back into plank pose here. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, push back, tabletop. Push your hips up to the sky, coming into downward dog. Breathe. Inhale, go ahead and step your right foot through your arms here, coming onto the balls of your left toe, preparing to come into crescent lunge. Inhale, rise. Keep that back leg straight. Exhale, palms come to heart center. Go ahead and shift forward, coming into revolving crescent. Press your left elbow on the outside of your right knee. Remembering to breathe. Exhale, go ahead and release, coming out the same way you came in. Go ahead and have your back foot turn, your toes facing the side of your mat. Extended side angle, sink into your hips. Making sure to keep your knee opening up here. Exhale, go ahead and wave your left arm to the mat, followed by your right, stepping back into plank. From here, go ahead and shift your weight onto the left side, into your left palm on the left side of your body, coming into side plank. Taking whichever variation you feel is best for you. Exhale, lower your right palm on your mat. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, push back, tabletop. Push your hips up, coming into downward dog. Inhale, step your left arm in between your hands, or your left leg in between your hands. Go ahead and come onto the balls of your right toe with your right foot. Crescent lunge, rise. Take a few breaths here. Run that right hip forward, left hip back. Palms come together. Go ahead and shift forward, then twist, coming into revolving crescent. Right elbow on the outside of your left knee. Aiming to twist a bit more on your exhales. Exhale, go ahead and release, coming out the same way you came in. Go ahead and pivot your back foot, having your right toes face the side of your mat here. Sink into your left thigh, extended side angle. Remembering to reach through fingertips on both hands. Really breathing here. Go ahead and wave your right arm down onto your mat, followed by your left. Step back into plank pose. Press the weight into your right palm, feeling the weight shift over to the right side of your body here. Go ahead and stack your feet, or you can take the supported side plank. Raise your left arm up to the sky. Breathe. Try to make those hips make a rainbow. Exhale. Go ahead and lower your left hand on your mat. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, shift back. Tabletop. Push up into downward dog. Breathe. Doing whatever feels good right here. Go ahead and walk your feet up to your hands. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale. Go ahead and have your big toes touch. Little space between the heels. Hinge at your hips, bending your knees. Come into chair pose here. Breathe. Reaching through your arms or having your hands at chest center. Exhale, go ahead and have your palms come to your heart center. And then we're going to come into twisted side chair. So exhale, go ahead and twist. Place your left elbow on the outside of your right knee. Sink your hips lower, lift your chest up, breathe. Make sure one knee isn't sticking out past the other. So if you need to, swing your hips over to the right. So both of your knees are on the same level. Weight is still in the heels here. Go ahead and release. Hands at heart center. Go ahead and lower your palms to your mat. Looking at your feet here. Grab your elbows, come into ragdoll. Slightly bending your knees if you need to. Pulling your chest to your thighs. Remembering to breathe. Sway your hips from side to side if you would like. Go ahead and release your fingertips to the mat. We're going to prepare to do the same thing on the other side. So go ahead and have your big toes touch. Sink back into your hips. Chair pose. Taking a few breaths here. Exhale, have your palms come to heart center if they aren't already. Inhale. Exhale, go ahead and twist. Having your right elbow come on the outside of your left knee, sinking your hips a bit lower, lifting up and twisting, making sure both of your knees are in line with each other. If one knee is poking out more than the other, go ahead and swing your hips over to the left. Breathe. Go ahead and release, coming out the way you came. Palms out, heart center. Exhale. Fingertips to the mat. Now we're going to come into gorilla pose, like I demonstrated earlier. So from here, go ahead and heel toe your feet out the distance of your hips. Place your hands under your feet here, toes resting on your ankles, toes resting on your wrists. If you need to, go ahead and bend your knees to accomplish this. Inhale, go ahead and pull your chest through your arms, looking down and forward. Exhale, pull your chest to your thighs. Breathing here, looking through your legs or closing your eyes. Listening to your full body breath. Exhale, go ahead and release. Having your fingertips return onto your mat. Go ahead and bend your knees and roll up slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae. Coming into mountain pose. Inhale, raise your arms to the sky. Exhale, have your palms touch. Lower slowly in front of you. Coming to your heart center. Alright, so that was the completion of the warrior sequence. We can go ahead and run through it one more time, just so you can feel a bit more comfortable. Go ahead and inhale, raise your arms to the sky. Exhale, palms touch. Lower to heart center. Go ahead and bend your knees, coming into forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, place your palms on the mat, step back into plank pose. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, push back into tabletop. Come onto the balls of your toes, pushing your hips up into downward dog. Remembering to take full breaths. Inhale, go ahead and step your right foot in between your palms, coming onto the balls of your left toe here. Go ahead and sweep your arms up, coming into crescent lunge. Squeezing your left glutes. Exhale, palms come to heart center. Go ahead and inhale, shift forward, coming into revolving crescent, placing your left elbow on the outside of your right knee. Breathing here. Twisting a bit more on your exhales. Inhale, go ahead and release. Coming out the same way you came in. Raise your arms to the sky. Exhale, go ahead and turn your left foot, having your toes face the outside of your mat. Sink into your right hips here, coming into extended side angle. Raise your left arm to the sky, reaching through both of your fingertips, making sure to push that right hip open. Don't want the knee falling in. Exhale, go ahead and lower your left arm to your mat, or hand to your mat, followed by your right. Step back into plank pose. From here, go ahead and push the weight into your left palm, coming into side plank, taking whichever variation you feel is best for you. So you can come into supported side plank or regular. Exhale, go ahead and lower your right hand to your mat, coming into plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, push back, tabletop. Come into the balls of your toes, downward dog. Breathing here. Inhale, step your left foot in between your palms. Come onto the balls of your right toe. Sweep your arms up, crescent lunge. Keep that right leg straight. Core is engaged. Exhale, palm come to heart center. Inhale, shift forward. Revolving crescent. Press your right elbow on the outside of your left knee. Breathe. Option to drop on your back knee if you find yourself having difficulty in this pose. Go ahead and release, coming out the same way you came in. Go ahead and have your back toes face the right side of your mat here. Sink into your left leg, coming into extended side angle. Remembering to reach through both of your fingertips. Breathing. Exhale. Place your right palm on your mat, followed by your left. Step back into plank. Go ahead and feel the weight shift into your right palm, coming into side plank, taking whichever variation you did on the other side. Exhale, lower your left palm to your mat. Go ahead and come into plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, push back, tabletop. Continue to push your hips up into downward dog. Really breathing here. Go ahead and walk your feet up to your hands. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, go ahead and have your big toes touch. Sink down into chair pose. Using your breath. Exhale, palms come to heart center. Go ahead and come to twisted chair on your right. So place your left elbow on the outside of your right knee. Sink deeper into your hips. Twist open. Remember to swing your hips over to the right if one knee's popping out past the other. Look down at your toes. Make sure you can see them. Exhale, go ahead and release. Palms to heart center. Go ahead and drape your fingers to the floor. Coming into ragdoll. Grab your elbows here. Bending your knees slightly if you need to. Go ahead and release your elbows. Preparing to come into chair, setting up for a twisted chair on the other side. Bend at your hips. Coming into chair pose. Exhale, palms come to heart center. Go ahead and twist. Placing your right elbow on the outside of your left knee. Sink into your hips a bit more. Lift up and twist. Push your hips over to the left if you find that one knee's poking out past the other. Breathe. Go ahead and release. Coming out the same way you came in. Have your palms come to the floor. Preparing for gorilla. Put your feet on top of your palms here. Having your feet rest on your wrist. Inhale, go ahead and look forward. Exhale. Collapse your chest to your thighs. Remembering to bend your knees if you need to. Listening to your breath. Feeling your hamstring stretch. Go ahead and remove your palms from underneath your feet. Having your palms come onto the floor. Bend your knees. Roll up slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae. Coming into mountain pose. Inhale, raise your arms to the sky. Exhale, have your palms touch. Lowering slowly in front of you, stopping first at your forehead for peace of mind. Then stopping in front of your eyes for clarity. Then stopping in front of your heart for acceptance. Big breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Namaste. Thank you, beautiful souls, for finishing up the warrior sequence with me. Once again, I hope you dug into your inner warrior and you were resilient with all of the postures If you felt a little heat starting to build up inside you, I hope you embraced it, and I hope that all of you guys remember to shine the beautiful light that's inside every single one of you, and that you guys have a best day and grow and strive to be your best self. Please remember to show your girl some love. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And until next time.